What's going on, guys? Kickman. Saw a thread today in KLOV, sort of a census of everybody's sort of love-hate with this game. I own all three in the series. Donkey Kong 3 happens to be my favorite. I'm not playing on my dedicated. I'm playing on my little cocktail with a RPiecade installed in it, but I thought I'd do a quick playthrough. It's not going to be anything spectacular to see because they just don't play that well on this cabinet. But I wanted to share a couple of little tricks about the game that I think a lot of people don't quite catch on to, and I think it's sort of a game changer, so I'm just going to go into it real quick. The first one somebody already mentioned was that you don't have to run Donkey Kong all the way up to end the level. You can just play it out by killing all the bugs. Now the bugs usually come in sets of 3, right? 1, 2, all right, when I say that, 1, 2, 3. Usually they come in sets of 3. 1, 2, 3. And you just got to keep this guy from coming down the ropes, actually. Otherwise, if you come down to the ropes, he'll fall down and land on you. Now, I mentioned earlier that you could stun that guy and walk through him. So there, you can see there's an example, right? You don't die. It's like he's invisible. So there's one that a lot of people don't miss. They'll stun them, but they'll avoid them. They don't realize that you can actually walk through them. Your spray bottle will stay there to the next level. You don't really need to use it on the first level either. This level, it's always going to be rinse and repeat. You don't want to stun these guys underneath Donkey Kong, otherwise you can't get to them with the spray. But Donkey Kong's always going to throw one to the center and then one to the side and knock a bug out of the, or bee, or out of the hive, or a nest, or whatever it's supposed to be. But it's fairly simple to navigate that one. It gets a little bit difficult later when little worms will come down and walk across the little platforms here. But now that you know that you can stun them, you can walk past them. You just need to keep in mind what direction they're traveling, because eventually they will unfreeze and then continue in the direction they were headed. This level introduced the first little bumblebee guy there. You need to be in the center of him, or in between at least the gaps when he breaks apart. Otherwise, it will get you. Remember, you can stun these guys, so don't be afraid of them. This is the introduction of the first split level. That makes it a little more difficult. I usually don't use the super sprayer on this level though, because you should be able to navigate it pretty well without using it. You can use it if you want, but you should get in the habit of trying to play these out without it. Notice the music changed, so you're almost out. Don't worry about the bottle, just leave it. In this game, you get a free man every 30,000 points, so you can rack them up fairly quickly, so don't worry about losing a couple of guys. You can bounce back. In fact, some of my best games, I was on a losing streak big time before I just got in the groove. but once you understand how the game works, this is actually a fairly easy game. It's not as difficult as people make it to be. In fact, when I sort of showed my play style with my friend Matt, he became highly addicted. He went out and found a dedicated game. Next thing you know, he was submitting scores to Twin Galaxies, and he blew me out of the water. But many a nights we would stay up and play doubles, like on Facebook. Now these little blue guys, they make a sort of record scratching sound. They do it about 3 times before they cross. When they cross over, just go up or go down and let them go either underneath you or go back up. 2, 3, right? And then just get out of the way. It's not that big of a deal. They're not that big of a deal to deal with. Oops. I accidentally grabbed my spray bottle, so I'm going to take advantage of using it. And remember that you still have some of it left, so just get on the button right now automatically, because you're going to have some left. Might as well take advantage of it. You might even be able to clear this level out if you don't die like that. Sometimes you could just blast them up there and then go right through, you know. Which I got a little carried away there and gave a great example of what not to do. One of them was not stunned. Again, this isn't a record attempt here. This is just to kind of show you my style of playing. Everybody has different ways of doing it. 2, 3. You can go up too, right? You'll come across, go up. You can go down, you can go up. Whatever floats your boat. One to the center, one to the side. Up into this point, it's going to be the same way every time. One to the center, one to the side. You can kind of give these guys a... you can hold them up if you freeze them and get them going in the right direction. Now, if you really want to, you can just end the level just like that, and take the time bonus, and you know, get some extra free guys if you want. Remember, you still have bottle, so ooh, totally blew it when I ran into him right there, though. You got to remember that a lot of times they'll cross the screen there. That was a bummer. It should have been an easy in and out. But that's okay. We're back here. Back to an easy screen. Oh, God. What not to do? I really just want to get to the next level of this so I can show you one more thing. So I'm going to blast my way through here. I'm not going to like do a long video here. I just want to get out of here so they can get back to this level again. Just one more thing to show you, just so that if you make it this far and you encounter that, then remember you have some bottle left though, so use it. Might as well, you know, get a free guy or something. Get some extra points, should be close. Oop. Let's just get through this real quick. Get up there and get the bottle so I can show you. Okay. So here comes this guy, right? He's gonna walk across here. So you need to keep him at bay, right? Just like I mentioned before, pay attention to the direction he's traveling, and you don't have to worry about that guy. You can like sort of gain some confidence, right? You know he's coming back in a minute. Just drop down and oops. But you get the point. Because eventually you'll have two of these guys going back and forth in opposite directions. So another thing you can do on this level too, if you want, I've seen people point press this game by taking the spray bottle and getting these guys over here is like some sort of point pressing tactic that they have. I don't ever really do that, but you saw an example of it. I know one of the record holders does that a lot. I didn't even pay attention to how many points I actually gained by doing that, but it's something that you can do when you get them all going. They just pop out and you just sit there and just jam on those guys. I think this level introduces the red wasps now. So They come on. Oh no, it's still blue. So I mean, you can see it. This game is when you know the mechanics of it, it's not that bad. It's actually really fun. It's really fun to play. And you can see I'm, I'm not doing that great, but I still have, 3 men, 2 men left. You can easily pull out and set a record. Oh, Jesus. From this point, I've had great games from here. So, in fact, I'm not far away from getting another free Stanley. I have always secretly hoped that the guy who did the DK remixes would do a Donkey Kong 3 remix, and I think it's been talked about. I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure it's been talked about, so see if that pops up in the near future. I'll definitely be interested in that. Oh, right to the head. This is the level. No, I don't think so. I don't know if the red wasps are introduced here yet. No, not quite. Little tricky guys. Ugh, don't touch them though. Not till you freeze them. Alright, hope that makes you want to go play Donkey Kong 3. Give it a shot.